Birmingham back for pre-season. You must be happy to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, missed it. I'll get to miss them all. For 9 months, 10 months, I do my brain in, and then for 2 months, I actually miss them. So, but no, seriously, it's good to be back. Really enjoyed pre-season, loved it as a player, and really enjoyed it as a coach and a manager as well.
I'd like to talk maybe about some of the incomings and outgoings.
Yeah.
If we start with the outgoings, can you maybe shed some light into who's left the club?
Jack Lee's left. He signed the papers for us on a Wednesday, and then he said he spoke to Moneyfields. He was going to go and train for Moneyfields, and obviously we knew then you don't go and train for someone if he wasn't interested. And listen, Jack's been a great servant for us. Left with the best wishes. I wish him all the best. He's a top boy, and he was absolutely fantastic for me. So I've known Jack a long time, and I know it would have been a difficult decision. And the good thing is, I know the conversation me and Jack Lee had. I know the actual appropriate, real reasons, same as what me and Jack Lee do. And we promise we'll keep them to ourselves.
And also many incomings as well. Can you tell us not who's coming, but maybe the players you were looking at, the types of people you wanted to bring into the club?
Yeah, I wanted a little bit more experience. Hence the reason of a couple of them. I think there's certain areas and aspects last year where you have to look at Hamworthy, team full of experience, and they look like a real good quality team last year. And to go through the whole season only losing 1 game is a phenomenal achievement, and to get through the semi-final of ours. I'm not saying we can replicate what Hamworthy did, but I felt at times we lacked that little bit of game management, understanding when to put it long, when to turn them, when to put it out of the stadium. And that cost us too many points in the end, so that's the reason we opted for a couple of changes.
There's also a vast majority of last year's squad coming in for this year as well, staying on. How much value do you hold to having a bunch of players who are comfortable with playing each other?
Well, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge because you could bring in a whole new side, but by the time the start of the season comes, they still haven't clicked or gelled. So it's very important you keep the nucleus of spine of the side, and we have done. There's been certain people that's been here from day one since I've been here, and that speaks volumes, and that's the reason why I do believe we're always quite competitive, because they know each other's games, they understand each other, and they've got each other's backs.
Finally, as a manager, how do you approach a pre-season? What do you want to see from the players playing in these few games for next couple of months?
Well, the first thing is no one gets injured. You've got to make sure you've got your whole squad fit, available for the first game of the season. So it's not about coming in and beasting people. A lot of people think it was. Probably was in the olden days. You used to come in, not touch a ball for about 3 weeks and just get absolutely beasted. Now it's a little bit different. Like this week we'll be starting probably about 50 to 65%. Everything we've done with the balls. They get used to the balls, hopefully get the cobwebs out, the rustiness out. Then we'll increase it next week to probably 70, 85%. And then the final week, getting ready for the first pre-season game, we'll be looking at roughly getting towards maximum. But then pre-season's all about just getting through, like we say, unscathed. Got some good friendlies. You learn off it. You try things, trial and error. If it don't work, it don't work. But that's something we will be looking at a lot this year.
So you're not holding too much value to actually winning the game. It's more about development.
Well, you have a lot. I'm not being funny. The first 3 games, we've got 3 games in a week. We've got Fleetlands away, Aldershot under-18s here, and then Hayden United here. All going to be very tough games, but for different reasons. The first game will be the first time both sides have really played a competitive match since the last game of last season. So there's going to be a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes. Then ready for the Aldershot one, that's going to be totally different. That's going to be more or less a fitness level and understanding your shape, your roles and responsibilities in, and probably especially out of possession. Then the last one, the third one, before you play the Havant and Waterville, you make sure that what you have done in the first game with the rustiness, the mistakes, the errors, you can iron them out, and especially with the shape and the pace of the game against the Aldershot under-18s with a fitness level, so you can get all that put in place on that last Saturday, ready for when Havant and Waterville turn up.
Cheers. Thank you for your time.
Top man.